I've had a bit of time to be thinking since I've been home from my holiday in Cornwall about the current situation on the south coast. Now, as some of you know, I'm a middle-aged, well no, I'm an old-aged man really, and I'm sort of white, pink and a bit of brown, and I kind of consider myself a little bit sort of disadvantaged because of that. And I'm a bit sort of mongrel, you know, a bit all over the place, a bit of Welsh and that, and a bit Irish. And of course I've got a bit of Caribbean there and a bit of African actually. So I'm a bit of a mongrel, but I don't know my sort of racial status in a lot of senses really. And I'm a bit concerned about what's going on the south coast at the moment with all these fellas coming over. And I was thinking, well, what we need to do is we need to get them integrated very, very quickly. Now, I know a really lovely family here where I live. They're from Syria, and they're lovely. And do you know what? They've been here maybe 4 or 5 years. I don't want to say too much because they're very private people. They're lovely. And, their kids, they're little kids. They talk like Americans because they learnt their English off the telly. And they speak like Americans. It's funny, really, to hear them. Anyway, they're a lovely, lovely family from Syria, and they're friends of mine. They are real friends of mine, and they like me, and I like them, and that's good, because they're from Syria, a different culture, you know, and all that. And I'm from, well, I don't know where I'm from. And anyway, he's so badly traumatised. He's still traumatised, you know. He's still suffering from what happened to him in Syria. He can't talk about it. I've asked him a couple of times if he would talk about it, and he can't. Because he's traumatised. Now, he's what you call genuine. He's genuine and he's honest. And I was thinking, well, you know what? We did a lovely job of integrating him, helping him and his family integrate. And that's lovely. And, of course, that's what we should be doing. Because, really, this is a Christian country, whether you like it or not. It is. It's built on Bible principles and all that. And what it says in the Bible, it says we should welcome the alien. And I don't mean fellas with, like, aerials sticking out their heads. I mean people from abroad and all that, and the continent, and Arabia. Can you say that these days? Can you say Arab? My dad used to say Arab. I think he was, you know, being a bit naughty there, really. Arab. Anyway, what was I saying? So I was thinking we could set up sort of, you know, us useless white blokes whose lives don't matter, like old blokes like me, whose lives don't matter to no one, apart from ourselves. We could set up like integration programs on the south coast there, so we could like sort of teach them cricket when they get ashore and stuff like that. And we could actually teach them what you do with a cricket box. You wouldn't want to touch them though, because you get nicked for that. They can have you for that. So you wouldn't be wanting to touch them, but you could show them the concept of a cricket box. That's English, isn't it? And that's integration. That is teaching them a bit of cricket. And while you're down there, sort of thing, and you know, and I mean that in both senses of the words, you could tell them about all this sort of genital reassignment stuff that's going on in this country at the moment, and see how they like that. See if they fancy some of that stuff, you know, because that's all very English now. Because we allow these sort of things, and well, we encourage them in a lot of senses with our NHS free genital reassignment programs and all that sort of stuff. So we could teach them all that. But you know what? Some bloomin' fella he's got there before me, and he's got like this drive-in cinema down on the Kent coast there. Sorry, Devon, or we don't anyway. That's down on the Kent coast. And what he's done is his name's Hassan, and I think, well, he's from Syria. And he was on the telly last night, and he was telling us on the telly last night, giving no reason for being here. You know, he weren't saying he was persecuted or nothing like that, or chased out of Syria or nothing like that. Nothing like that. He was saying it's his right to be here. Well, maybe it is. But, you know, we got to prioritise the ones, really, like my friends who are genuine, you know. And this fella, Hassan, he's now set up this sort of drive-in cinema on the south coast where the people in the boats can sort of line up and watch Hassan do like this education programme thingy. It's only short, but that's flipping projected on the White Cliffs of Dover. This bloke, this is ugly mug on the White Cliffs of Dover talking about our government and how they're just trying to distract people with this so-called made-up migrant problem. He was saying all that. What was the other thing he was saying? Oh, he was saying how all these migrants have got us through the coronavirus thing with doing deliveries to our houses and working in the low-paid jobs and all that sort of stuff. What sort of message is that for these people coming ashore, making out that there's loads of jobs for them? Well, there ain't. There are jobs, and, you know, jobs for the right ones. Like my friend, he's got a lovely little job, and I'm not going to say what it is because he's a private man, and he's very private. And where am I? So it's all misinformation from this fella Hassan. You know, maybe he's got a degree in politics from the University of Syria or something like that, whereby you can sort of make a comment like that it's a government distraction talking about these people coming ashore in these boats. But that's misinformation. And then he's talking about there being loads of jobs and stuff like that. Well, that ain't right. So I think we should go down there. Oh, and the other thing I thought, we could do beachside clay pigeon shooting, couldn't we? And we could huzz the old clays out over the channel there and shoot them, you know. And then as they're coming ashore, they'd get sort of the bits falling down on them, and they'd get a real feel for clay pigeon shooting, and we could sort of show them the shotguns and that, and, you know, see how that goes. And I got a couple of other ideas about what we could do, like lining up. You know, I got some wealthy friends, I have, because I went to one of them posh schools, would you believe? And I got wealthy friends who've got like what you call floating gin palaces. So like they did sort of with Dunkirk, where they got all these boats out and they went and rescued all our soldiers off the beaches of Calais and that. I thought what we could do is we could line up a load of gin palaces and along the actual border, you know, down the middle of the English Channel and that. And we could sort of welcome some of these people on board and sort of check out whether they're genuine or not. Give them a couple of drinks, you know, get them chatting and that. And interview them and stuff like that. And the ones that ain't genuine, we kick them off the flipping gin palaces back into their rubber boats, and they can bugger off back there. Sorry about that. I am a Christian. I shouldn't be saying words like that, but I get a bit carried away with this stuff. They can clear off back to the Calais beaches, and the blinking frogs can sort them out. Fed up with it. Anyway, I've got loads more ideas, and I'd love to be speaking a bit longer about this, but do you know what? I'm coming up to doing over 7 minutes, and normally I like to try to get all these things done in a couple of minutes, really, because otherwise you get bored with me. And, you know, I try to keep it all smart and snappy and say a lot of stuff in a very short space of time. Anyway, God bless you all, and we'll be back with some more ideas about this migration problem and this recent huge problem about paedophilia. Flippin' heck.